What's up everyone, I'm Tim and this is my channel 40 Times Around, where we talk about everything related to motorcycles, camping, travel, and adventure. And today I'm going to try to demystify the French press. Now if you're anything like me, I had been pretty intimidated by one of these just because a lot of the videos made it seem overly complicated and like it was really easy to screw it up. Some of you may already know how to use one of these and might even know more than me. This isn't a scientific explanation of how to best use a French press. I'm just trying to make it seem a little less complicated or complex. Stick around. So if you're anything like me, you appreciate a good cup of coffee. Now, to be honest with you, caffeine for me, that's the priority in the morning. I cannot get my day started without a little caffeine, but I do really appreciate a good cup of coffee. Now, I can get by with instant coffee, crap coffee. I've had plenty of bad coffee in my life and I'll drink it for effect, but I do really enjoy a good cup of coffee, and there's nothing like sitting around a campfire in the morning drinking tasty coffee. Now, for a long time I was kind of intimidated by a French press. It just seemed overly complicated. I couldn't get a straight answer on how to use one without all of these different opinions about it. It's really very simple. I'm not going to try to overcomplicate it. I'm going to try to keep this as simple as possible. Now, to be honest with you, I just started using this past weekend, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be way more knowledgeable than me on how to use a French press. I'm not a coffee expert, but I did find that using one of these made my coffee so much more enjoyable over this recent camping trip I just had this past weekend when my brother was in town. We explored Arizona for a few days in a Jeep. I'm actually going to be making a video about that. I got a lot of cool footage with the GoPro, so that'll be coming out soon. But anyways, as far as this French press, it's really very simple. I'm just going to break it down super easy so that you can enjoy a better cup of coffee when you're camping, when you're motorcycle camping. And it's really not that hard. So if you're not familiar with what a French press is, basically it's just a container like this where you're gonna pour some coffee, some hot water, and you're gonna literally press the water through the coffee. And that is what a French press is. Now, there's some major advantages to this, even if you're not camping. Number one, a regular drip coffee maker uses a paper to filter the coffee. And because of that, it's gonna catch a lot of the oils and things that actually add to the flavor of the coffee. When you use a French press, you're not filtering, you're steeping the coffee beans. So this means you're gonna get a much better tasting cup of coffee. Now, I'm actually starting to lean towards wanting to use a French press even when I'm at home because it just tastes so much better. I will be doing a video in the future getting a little more in depth into, you know, some portable grinders, some better French presses than the one I'm actually gonna use for this video. There's actually mugs that are also a French press and even have coffee storage vacuum sealed in the bottom. Really neat device. There's a lot of cool gadgets and things to make coffee while you're traveling and motorcycle camping. I'm definitely going to be getting more into stuff like that. Today is just a quick how to use a French press. So you're going to need a couple of things. Now, this whole process is really simple. To be honest with you, there's only about just a few key points that you really need to follow when you're making coffee with a French press. These are the items you're gonna need though. You're gonna need some coffee. If you don't have a portable grinder with you, you're gonna want that ground coarse, not fine. Now, you can use regular coffee that's just ground for drip. That'll work. The problem is if you use fine coffee, it's gonna be too hard to push the plunger down and your coffee is gonna taste really bitter. So coarse coffee is gonna work better for a French press, so you're gonna want it ground preferably for a French press, but if not, drip coffee will work too. Now, of course, you're also gonna need a French press. You're gonna need some water, a stove and a pot to cook with, and if you want, a spoon. This is just to measure how much coffee you're gonna need. Basically, all you're gonna do is use a 1:10 ratio between that would mean 1 part coffee, 10 parts water. So one way to do this is for every 8 ounces of water, you're gonna want 1 to 2 tablespoons of coffee, depending on how strong you like your coffee to taste. So you're gonna go ahead and put your coffee in the bottom of the French press like this. Now you're gonna go ahead and boil some water and take that water and go ahead and just pour it right into the French press. There's no special way to do this. Now you can go ahead and let it steep for anywhere from 2 to 4 minutes. I like to fall somewhere in the middle and just do about 3 minutes, depending on how strong you want your coffee. Now that your coffee's sat for 3 minutes, you're gonna go ahead and push the plunger down nice and slow. There's no special way to do this either, just try not to do it too fast. You'll push all the coffee through the filter and you're gonna get a lot of coffee grounds in your cup of coffee. And that's it. As soon as the coffee's done and you've pushed the plunger down, you want to make sure to get all of your coffee out of the French press. It's going to continue to steep and you'll actually over extract the coffee beans and you're going to get a really bitter tasting, kind of nasty coffee that is not going to be very enjoyable. So make sure to either only make how much you're going to need for one serving or pour it into a different container. That way it doesn't keep brewing after you've made the coffee. So anyways, that's it. That's how you use a French press in the simplest form I could explain it in. If you got something out of this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss anything whenever I post a new video about motorcycles, camping, travel, and adventure. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.